Hi, and welcome to a Hero Arts video. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to make masks so you can layer your stamped images in coloring. And here's a close-up of the flower I'll be working with today. Notice how the green leaves look like they're sitting behind the flower. That's done with masking. To start the card off, I'll use the Classic Fabric Design in soft shadow yellow shadow ink, and I'll just stamp it onto my white cardstock. It looks really beautiful when it's all stamped, and I'll just let that set in, and I'll put that aside. And when I go to use my masks, I start off with just regular post-it notes, just a nicer, larger size post-it note, and I go ahead and stamp my image with black ink. And then I end up cutting out negatives and positives. So here's some flowers that I've already used, and I like to keep like 2 around of each image that I have. And then I like to keep the negatives, which I'll show you how to use first. Alrighty, so we can start off by inking up the flower image with our Memories black ink, and just go ahead and get some really good coverage. Make sure you get really good in the center of the flower because there's a lot of detail in the center. And I'm just going to stamp this onto my card, and my stamps are not off the shelf yet. They're still prototype. Okay, so I have my flower, and what I'm going to do first is add another stamped image on top. So I'm going to go ahead and place my my negative mask around the flower. Alright, with my mask in place, now I can start stamping on top and adding color. So I have a nice little script here, and this is actually a cling stamp that I've put onto a wood block. It came as a sticky one to me as a prototype. So I'm just using my walnut stain ink right here. Let's make sure I get that all on there. I've also added another piece of post-it note to the bottom of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and press my script on into the flower image, and this is my other flower image on top. So I have 2 stamps on one block. Okay, so now I'm going to peel this back and kind of show you how this looks. So now I have script just in the flower portion because I've used the mask. Let me pull this back and you can see. So it's kind of cool. That's one way of doing it, and you can also use the mask to add color. So I'm going to use my Wild Honey and a Sukaneko applicator here, and I'm going to go ahead and start adding color to my flower. And I'm pulling from the mask to the center because there's little details cut out in between each petal, and I don't want to peel those back and end up coloring part of the flower that shouldn't be colored. So just go from the outside and follow the pattern into the center of the flower, and just keep adding color until you have it as dark as you want. So now I'm just finishing up adding the extra color to my flower, and I'll go ahead and peel this back off and show you what it looks like. Once you get the mask peeled away, you can see how vibrant the color is. And this is really great because it's all one flat surface. So I'll go ahead and finish peeling this off so I can add the next layer. Okay, now that my flower's colored and stamped, I'm going to cover that up, and I'll put my mask in place so that I will be able to stamp my leaves next. And you want to really make sure everything's lined up real well. Okay, so now I can go ahead and ink up my leaf, and I'm just going to stamp it a couple times on the side here, and I'll just re-ink in between. Okay, so next what I'll do is I'll have my negative space, and I'll put my other ink away, and I'll just cover around the leaf so that I can color in just the green leaf. So all that's showing to me now is the green leaf, and I'll just use my little applicator with peeled paint. And here's how it looks. It still has the mask on it, but I'll pull it up a little bit so you can see. So it looks like the leaf is coming from behind the flower. And I'll go ahead and do this other one so that you can see exactly how I do it. So I'm putting the negative portion of the mask on top, and the flower is masked off as well. Just adding my little dauber with my peeled paint ink, and this is a Sukaneko ink dauber, or ink applicator. Just kind of giving little swirly motions. I usually like to work from the mask towards the image so that I don't peel back anything. Okay, so here's the second one. Let me go ahead and peel this back. So now it looks like both leaves are coming from behind the flower. Really quick and easy. And next I'm just going to add a little bit of walnut stain ink to the center of my flower to make it look like a really nice summery sunflower. And I'm just using the dauber and some swirly motions. Okay, so next I want to show you how just to omit part of a stamp by masking, and what I have here is a thanks stamp that has 2 lines of wording, and so I just want the top portion. So what I've done is I have masked the bottom portion with a post-it note, and this is while the stamp is clean. So once you put the post-it note or the sticky portion of your post-it note paper, then you can go ahead and ink it up, and once you're done inking, you peel the post-it note away. So I'm just using Versamark for this one. So you'll ink the entire thing, and then once you are done inking, you peel the post-it note away and then stamp and emboss as you would normally. So this just gives you the one word rather than the 2 lines. And here's a peek at a portion of the card that I put together using my masking techniques, and an up close of the detail of the flower. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and will use masking techniques in your creations. Well, please visit us at www.heroarts.com for more inspiration and ideas. Thanks for watching!